family, what's good?
What's up to everybody that's jumping over from my YouTube channel and for everybody that's on this YouTube channel?
So as I promised in yesterday's vlog, I'm here with King. We're going to do basically go over our review with Carnival Sensation. I'm going to be looking down a little bit because I wrote down all of our expenses, and for those that will be going on their first time cruise,
literally wrote down. She wrote everything down.
So for those that's going to be going on their first time cruise, I'm going to be breaking down the total cost, and then I'm also going to be going into individual expenses or whatnot. So I will be looking down, but again, for those that will be going on their first time cruise, I want to make sure that I give you like all of the prices, even including the airfare. Okay, so I broke it down. We're also going to be going over like the pros and the cons of Carnival Sensation. Again, this was our first time cruise, so we're going to make sure to give you all the information that you guys are looking for.
Everything, the curveballs especially.
Yes.
You know, a lot of information is not clear. I don't care if you go on the website or if you go researching like we did on YouTube, watching reviews or anything on websites. It's just still things you're going to miss. So just know that hopefully we can cover those things for you. First and foremost, I want to say that Carnival Cruise is a great cruise to go on for beginners. They have a lot available on that ship, especially for whole families, children too. I noticed that there are some cruises out there that has a mainly adult-based experience, but Carnival is somewhere great to start. It's reasonable first and foremost, but you know, to leave out the port of Miami is big time. Miami is beautiful, of course, everybody knows, but you know, the departure ports, that's definitely something that you want to look into when you're going on a cruise. So I'm gonna let her give y'all some of the details on the expenses with the numbers that she wrote down on her paper. Go ahead.
So again, as far as like my husband said, when it comes down to like the ports and Miami being beautiful, if you haven't done so already, go ahead and pause this video and check out part 1. As far as us cruising with Carnival Sensation, you will see how beautiful the Bahamas is, such as like Nassau, Half Moon Cay, and the Grand Turks. Again, we will be putting up part 2 because we didn't want to make that vlog too long for you all. We know how, I know I get antsy, so I didn't want the vlog to be too long, so it's a part 1 and part 2, but part 1 was already put up. So again, if you would like to see what those ports look like, definitely just pause this video and go ahead and check out part 1. But nonetheless, I'm gonna get into the grand total of the expenses. I'm not a person that like to, you know, wait. I want to get right to it. So the grand total of our cruise was $2,500. Okay, $25 in total. That pretty much included the cruise, the expenses before the cruise, the expenses when we were on the cruise, and including like the airfare and the hotel. Now, you all know that we are from Michigan, so what we did, we flew in a day before. So for those first time cruisers, you want to go ahead and fly in a day before, so that way if anything is to happen, you are already, you know, there a day before your cruise. You don't want to try to fly in the day of your cruise and then say if there's like a layover or whatever. It could be just a delay with your kids or anything that you got going on at home that could prevent you from getting to the cruise on time. So we flew in the day before to, you know, give us some time in case anything like that was to happen. So as far as like our hotel expenses all together, for there and back was $240 to be exact. We stayed in a great hotel. King showed that in part 1 of our video as well. We stayed in at the Residence Inn, what was that, by Marriott?
Yeah.
We stayed there and it was a super nice hotel, so I definitely recommend that if you are flying to Miami, check them out because it was a great hotel.
Also the Hyatt, we stayed at the Hyatt on the way back. The Hyatt is actually closer to the airport.
Yes, actually across the street to be exact. So both hotels was super cool, if you want to say.
I do never say I like the Hyatt.
I did. You know, that bathroom, that shower, I felt like a celebrity.
Yeah, so Hyatt, send a check. Okay, send that check.
Because we're not being sponsored by them, okay? So this is our honest review. The Hyatt was the best, and believe it or not, just for one night for us to stay there was $100. Like, that was just for one night. And the first hotel for residents, and it came out to $140, and that was after the taxes. So
another thing I want to say, she's giving y'all the overall amount for the trip and the flight and everything, but you have to keep in mind Uber expenses.
Yeah,
you're going to have to Uber if you want, especially if you want to go to South Beach. You're gonna have to Uber. And keep in mind shopping expenses. When you go to Miami and you want to get the gift shops and everything else, so you want to have some money to play with. So
yes. Yes, so that $2,500 was more so just with the cruise, for 2 people, for the airfare, the hotel, and so forth. But that doesn't include, like my husband said, it doesn't include like your hotel costs. And also with that, you want to make sure that you're booking your hotel in advance, so that way you can get your deals. We actually went through Expedia for both the hotels and our tickets, because it was just, you know, cheaper to go that route. We're not a big fan of spending a whole bunch of money, so we wanted to make sure that it was cost effective. So that's with the hotel expenses. When it comes down to the airfare, we spent a total of $430. That was about $220, I want to say, between the both of us. And because I haven't flown in such a long time, you guys, I also purchased ticket, I think it's called ticket insurance, or airfare insurance, something like that. So I purchased that for both of us, so in case something was to happen again, we could be refunded our money back. So altogether about $430. We flew through American Airlines, which was a smooth ride. It was about a 3-hour flight. So,
and that's from Michigan to Miami.
Yes. So it was really, really nice. The only thing I did not like on the way coming back was we didn't have the TVs. We didn't have the TVs like we did on our way there. So
so the flights vary.
Yeah, it really does. And it was a little, it just wasn't my best flight coming back because of the TV.
Did you include the baggage paying for?
No, the luggage. The luggage was $120, and that was $60 there and $60 back. So if you never,
that's for 2 people.
Yes, that's for 2 people. So if you've never flown before, keep that in mind, that when you checking your bags in, it is $30 per bag. You can exceed 50 pounds. If you exceed over 50 pounds, there's going to be an additional charge. So that's an additional fee. So we made sure that we bought these bags called shrink bags, and I got them from Walmart. Unfortunately, I don't have them here to show you all, but those, I want to say the shrink bags were like $8. You got 5 in there. That's what me and my husband used to pack our stuff, and our luggage both came out to be about 30 pounds each. So that's how we were able only to pay $60, $30 per luggage or whatnot. It is, like I said, you have to check your bags in coming back as well. So again, we had to pay an additional $60, so a total of $120, which wasn't bad at all. Just want to make sure that you're packing accordingly. So next thing, as far as the Carnival cruise, we actually cruised for 5 days. Just overall for the cruise rate was $578 for me and Marcus. Taxes and fees was $277, 28 cents. So if you break that down for everything, even the vacation protection, which was $98 for the both of us. Again, you guys, I know some of y'all may say, well, hey, I wanna, cut down costs. But for things like this, you always want to make sure that your vacation trips are protected. So yes, I purchased an additional insurance for everything, because again, you never know if you gotta cancel. So the vacation protection again was $98. And then I also prepaid our gratuities. So you want to make sure you're doing that in advance, which was $139.90 for both of us. Even though if you want to wait until the end of your trip, they will charge you at the very end. But if you pay before, that's something where you can go ahead and save. So All together for the entire cruise, charges was $1,093.18 just for the cruise itself. Okay. As far as when we got on the actual cruise, I did purchase Wi-Fi so we could FaceTime my mom to talk to our kids. That was $40 just for the basic plan. That was for the entire 5 days of the cruise. So again, for the first time cruisers, if you only want to purchase Wi-Fi for a couple of days or just for 24 hours, they do have a package like that. I found that out later on when I got on the cruise.
And when she say FaceTime, she's not talking about regular FaceTime for you iPhone users out there. You have to go through a secondary app, something like Facebook Messenger, and use the video call feature, or if you have WhatsApp. So don't expect to be able to use your FaceTime. You won't be able to call or text, or no, you'll be strictly messaging and making calls through something like Facebook. So if you don't have one, that's something to keep in mind.
Absolutely. And as far as like texting, you're not going to be able to text.
Yeah.
You're not going to be able to do that. So that's not with the value plan. You're not going to be able to do that. But as far as purchasing like the Wi-Fi package for the first 24 hours, I didn't know this until we got on the cruise. They did have a plan like that, but again, we wanted to make sure that we were able to message through Facebook to talk to my mom. So I ended up just paying the $40 for the value plan, and that was for the entire cruise. So you know, if you're not big on having to check your emails and things like that, definitely go with that value plan. You like Mark said, you will have access to Facebook, the WhatsApp, Twitter, Instagram, social media sites, but you won't have access to your email, banking sites. You won't have access to those. For the cost on the cruise was $439.76. So that included the excursions, the drinks, the little arcade casino area, and the port expenses.
And that was just for us. It may be different from you.
Mm-hmm.
You may want to take a couple of excursions. We only took a total of one. We decided to do the dune buggies on Grand Turk. I do want to say this though. When it comes to the excursions, do not prepay. Do not do that.
Don't do it.
Do not prepay, man. We had a lady that was irate because she prepaid, and one of the details that I told you that they don't tell you about is the fact that you have to have 4 people to go on a horse excursion. You have to have certain numbers of people to go on these excursions. So if it's just 2 of you, you'll prepay and then you won't be going. So yeah, it's a lot of details in between the lines that they don't give you.
Yeah, and you know, again, we cruise with his best friend, which is basically my god brother. I looked at his best friend as a brother I never had.
That's Aaron and Chrissy that y'all seen in the video.
So that was his first cruise as well. So again, y'all have to check out that part 1 because the entire trip was fantastic. So make sure you check out part 1. But as far as like King said about them excursions, you know, I had my heart set on, my sister also had her heart set on going on the horseback riding, and we knew that it was a weight requirement, but we didn't know what the weight requirement was. They didn't specify the number. So when we got there and we, you know, were ready to go ahead and pay to sign up, you got to have 4 people. They don't state that on their website, like he said, and they also have a brochure. I can't even say it. The little pamphlet. I'm just gonna say that. They have that on the boat as well. So when we were going through it, it don't specify that you need 4 people. And I'm the type of person, I'm reading everything. I read the little black print that y'all may not read. I read that. Okay, it didn't say anything about that, so I was very disappointed. That was my biggest con, is because if I would have prepaid to go and then to be told that I can't go because I don't have 4 people, yes, King and my brother could have went with us, but again, there's a weight requirement, which is you can't exceed past 250. So if you're 251, 252,
Yeah.
and they check your weight, so it was like we couldn't do it. So just want to be careful. Don't prepay for anything. The best thing to do is just to wait until you get on your cruise. When you stop at your port, ask them if this is available and if there's, a certain amount of people that needs to go before you even pay for anything, because the lady that was there was super upset and she had every right to be upset.
So that's pretty much it for the expenses of the ship. We're going to give you a part 2 to this video, and part 2 is going to be the pros and cons of the Carnival Sensations cruise. If you definitely plan to go on a cruise, again, if you're a beginner, the Carnival Sensation is a hell of a cruise. Mm-hmm. And we're going to give you every detail that you need in the next video, so you guys stay tuned for that. I appreciate everybody that's jumped over to this channel from my channel. And I just want to say hello to everybody that's on the channel that haven't seen much of me. So with that being said, this video has already been past 15 minutes, so don't want to keep going on and on. We're just going to chop it up and put it in different sections for y'all. So stay tuned, and we'll see you next video.
Bye.
Bye.